Hello, my name is Carol Smith. Thank you for joining me for my 20-minute yoga sequence related to the third chakra. The third chakra is located at the navel, and it governs the abdomen and the lumbar spine. So our practice today will be focused on core engagement, spinal flexion, extension, and rotation. I'd like to introduce you to my student, Jeff Smith. Thank you for being here today. Before we get started, I have a couple of questions. Would you like me to do any hands-on assists for you?
Yes, please.
And do you have any physical limitations I need to be aware of?
I do not.
Okay, well then let's get started on our hands and knees. We want to connect to our breath and ground down, wrists under our shoulders, knees under our hips. And the intention of this practice is going to be to transform the wisdom and power of our third chakra into positive energy. As we connect to our breath, we want our inhales and exhales to be of equal length and breathing in and out through our nose, creating a slight restriction in the back of our throat, which is an ujjayi breath, a victorious breath. And let's begin. Breathe in to your chest, fill up your ribs, fill up your belly. Breathe out through your belly, release from your ribs and your chest. Now breathe in to your back body, fill up your shoulders, sides of your body, all the way to your hips. Release all the air and any negative energy that's inside you. Breathe in as we connect movement to breath, looking forward, shoulders roll down and back, cow pose. Breathe out, head drops, back rounds, cat pose. Breathe in, look forward, shine your heart forward, shoulders roll down and back. Breathe out. Round your back like a rainbow. Gaze goes to your thighs. Now walk your hands about 1 palm distance in front of where they were. Breathe in, tuck your toes, and lift your hips up and back into downward dog. Breathe in. Rotate your biceps out to the right and left side of the room. Breathe in, really ground into your hands, pressing through your index finger and your thumb. Breathe in, find length in your spine. Breathe out. Really yearn your heels toward the back of the mat. Breathe in. I'm going to do a little adjustment for you here. Lift your sits bones up and back. Breathe out. Lengthen through your spine. How's that feel?
Great.
Breathe in. Right leg reaches toward the ceiling. Hips remain parallel to the earth. Breathe out. Step your right foot between your hands, coming into a runner's lunge. Breathe in. Crown of head reaches toward the front of the room. Breathe out. Rest your knee on this blanket. Breathe in. Spiral your arms down, around, and up, coming into Anjaneyasana. Breathe out. Really engage your thighs toward one another. Breathe in. Lengthen through your side body. Breathe out. Shoulders roll down and back. Breathe in. Crown of head reaches toward the sky. Breathe out. Left hand comes down to the mat. Tuck your toes and take your right arm up to the sky for an easy twist. Breathe in, really ground into all four corners of your feet. Breathe out, stretch through your back heel on both sides. Breathe in, lengthen crown of head. Breathe out, twist from your navel up. Breathe in, right hand can come down to the mat. Breathe out, step your right foot back to meet your left. Breathe in, left leg goes high to the sky, hips parallel to the earth. Breathe out, step your left foot between your hands, coming once again into runner's lunge. Breathe in, crown of head reaches toward the front of the room. Breathe out, rest your knee gently on the blanket. Breathe in, arms come down around and up, Anjaneyasana. Breathe out. Check the placement of your foot. Toes should be pointing forward and ankle under the knee. Good. Breathe in, really engage in your core. Breathe out, tail drops down and back. Breathe in, crown of head reaches toward the ceiling. Breathe out, right hand plants, back toes tuck, and lift up. Left hand comes up to find an easy twist. Breathe in, crown of head reaches toward the front of the room. Breathe out. Find a twist in your upper back. Breathe in. Really create a line of energy from your heel to the crown of your head. Breathe out. Come on down. Right arm comes down. And this time, push off with your right foot to meet your left, coming into a forward fold. Breathe in. Hands plant on the blocks. Find a flat back. Breathe out. Head can hang heavy. Forward fold. Breathe in. One more time. Press into the blocks. Find a flat back. Breathe out. Rest your head heavy. Let gravity do its work. Now breathe in. Bring your hands to your shins one at a time. And roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, letting your head be the last to come up. Breathe in, find length in your spine, crown of head reaches toward the ceiling. Breathe out, hands come to your waist. We're going to do side bending. So breathe in, find length. Engage through all four corners of your feet. Breathe out. Take your left hand up and over for a side bend left. Breathe in. Really push into the left outer side of your foot. Breathe out. Engage your core. Bend a little deeper. Breathe in. Come back to standing. Breathe out. Right hand goes up and over for a side bend left. Breathe in, engage your legs, engage your core. Breathe out, side bend a little deeper. Breathe in, come back to standing. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Now, breathe in. Let's plant our feet hip distance apart and really ground through all four corners. As you breathe in, you're going to reach your arms either out in front of you or all the way up and sink into your knees, coming into chair pose. Breathe in, really engage your thighs, really squeeze the block. Breathe out, find length in your spine, tailbone draws down. Breathe in, broaden through your chest. Breathe out. Sink a little bit further than you want to. Breathe in one more time into all the areas that are tingling right now. Breathe out. You can release the pose, come back to standing, drop the block, hands to heart center. Breathe in, ground through your feet, coming into Tadasana pose. Arms come to our sides. Breathe out. Really lift from your kneecaps up. Breathe in, find length in your spine, crown of the head reaches up. Breathe out. Relax your neck back in space. Breathe in, hands come to heart center. Breathe out, step your right foot back into a high lunge. Good. We want to make sure that our knee is directly over our ankle. Breathe out as you push back both sides of your heel energetically. Good. Breathe in, lengthen through your side body. Breathe out. Really press into your back leg and engage your core. Now breathe in, take your hand to your lower back. Breathe out, extend your right arm in front of you. Breathe in, find length. Breathe out, twist even deeper from your navel up. Breathe in, hands come to heart center. Breathe out, release your hands to the blocks and step forward. Breathe in, find a half lift, press into the blocks, flat back. Breathe out, forward fold, head hangs heavy. Breathe in, slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Breathe out, hands come to heart center. Now breathe in, step back into high lunge with your left foot. Breathe out, really make sure the placement of your knee is perfectly over your ankle. Breathe in, engage your thighs energetically toward one another. Breathe out, push back through your heel. Breathe in, right hand finds your lower back. Breathe out, left hand extends in front of you. Breathe in, find length. Breathe out, twist to the right. Breathe in, crown of head reaches toward the ceiling. Breathe out, circle your hand down to the blocks and step forward, coming into your fold. Breathe in, press into the blocks, flat back. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Now breathe in, we're going to come up into a tiptoe position. And breathe out, slowly lower, bend your knees, and glide your back down an imaginary wall, coming into a toe stand. Breathe in, balance here for just a moment. Breathe out, take your hands behind your back and come down to seated very carefully. Good. Now breathe in, keep your knees bent, and really ground into the soles of your feet, particularly your big toe. Breathe out, extend your arms parallel to the earth. Breathe in, find length in your spine, crown of head reaching toward the ceiling. Breathe out, slowly lower back a few degrees until you're making a V shape with your thighs and your torso. Breathe in, engage your thighs. I think you could maybe use a block there. Breathe out. Relax your shoulders down and back. Breathe in, really engage your core. Breathe out. And let's let go of the block and come back into a seated pose and give yourself a hug. Now we're going to come into Baddha Konasana, which is a seated pose, and I think you can use a bolster for that. So I want you to sit on the front half of that, kind of on the edge, and your legs come into a diamond shape, soles of the feet together. And maybe you can use some blocks here as well. How does that feel?
Much better.
Good. Okay. So breathe in, find length in your spine. Breathe out. Fold forward only as far as you can keep your neck relaxed and your spine long. Breathe in. Find length. Shoulders roll back. Breathe out. Find a little bit more of a bend. Okay, breathe in. You can come back to seated. And breathe out. Remove your blocks. And you can get off the bolster. Breathe in and out. And slowly roll back one vertebrae at a time until you come into Shavasana, resting pose. Now, since you said you were okay with me to do adjustments, I'm going to do a few adjustments in this pose. You can come back to your normal breath, and this will be just like a little meditation. After I'm done with these adjustments, I'm going to leave you in silence for about a minute, and then I will guide you out of Shavasana at the end of the practice.
Thank you.
Now you can slowly wiggle your fingers and toes and stretch your arms overhead as if you're taking the first stretch of the morning. Bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a squeeze. And you can slowly roll up to a comfortable position. I know you don't like to roll to your side, so we want to keep our eyes closed, bring our hands at prayer to our navel, and we're going to do a mantra which is associated with the third chakra, that is Ram, R-A-M, 3 times. Ram, Ram, Ram. Now take your hands up to your third eye and tuck your chin into your chest. Slowly open your eyes till you take in the color of your mat and the rest of the room. It's been my privilege to lead you in this practice today. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.